Yes, dear students, I hope all of you are doing good. In today's class, I am going to start with a new chapter, that is chapter 6, that is staffing. Yes. So, what is this staffing? Staffing, it is one of the important functions of management. So, we are aware of the different functions of management. In that we have planning, organizing, staffing, directing, controlling. In that we have finished the concept of planning, and in the last chapter I have discussed the concept of organizing, and today I am going to start with the concept of staffing. Yes, what is this staffing? See, simply to say, staffing is putting the right person for the right job. Right person for the right job. What is this right person for the right job? See, in an organization, there will be various posts ಅಥವಾ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ಗಳು ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಕಾನ್ಸಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್. ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ದ ನೆಸಸರಿ ಸ್ಟೆಪ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ತುಂಬ ಕೇರ್ಫುಲ್ ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಜಾಬ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ while putting the right person for the right job, he should be qualified for that particular position. Okay, so why it is important? See, the foundation of any organization is the hardworking and the skilled employees. Okay, because without these employees, the organization, it cannot achieve its objective. So to achieve the objectives, it requires the skilled and hardworking employees. In other words, we can say these employees, the skilled employees, are the assets of the organization. So any organization for that matter, they require the skilled and talented employees. So the staffing plays very important role, because in planning we will decide in advance what to do, how to do everything. And in organizing, we will develop an organization structure in which the organization wants to work. And the next task is staffing, very important, because we have to place the persons, or we have to place the employees in that particular position. So can we directly select? ಈಗ ಯಾರೋ ಒಬ್ರು ಬಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಇಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ವೇರಿಯಸ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್. So directly one cannot be appointed, and it has various steps to be followed, because we have to give justification for that particular position or place. Okay, so staffing, whether it is required only for the new organization or for the existing organization, it required both for the new organization as well as the existing organization, because for new organization we require more number of staffs. It is mainly because it is a new organization and every place has to be filled. Okay, whereas in the existing organization, sometimes there may be promotions or transfer. ಸೊ ಒಂದು ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕಡೆಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅಥವಾ ನ್ಯೂ ಜಾಬ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗುವಂಥ ಸಾಧ್ಯತೆ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ವಿ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ staffing. So staffing plays a very important role in an organization, because while we put the right person for the right job, we can expect the good results. In case if we fail to do that, it will reversely affect the functioning of the organization. ಒಬ್ಬನಿಗೆ ಏನೂ ಕೆಲಸ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ಯಾರೋ ನಮ್ಮ ರಿಲೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಎಸ್ ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಮ್. Just think what happens. So here it reversely affects the performance of the organization. So here, while appointing a person, the organization has to take care of it, and duly they have to do all the process of staffing, and finally they have to select the particular person. Now let us see what is the meaning of this. Yes, staffing. Okay, see, staffing ತುಂಬ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಟ್ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಜಾಬ್. ಸರಿ ಏನು ಜಾಬ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನನ್ನು ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ತರಬೇಕು. ರೈಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ರೈಟ್ ಜಾಬ್. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ಆ್ಯಕ್ಚುಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜೀರಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ filling ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದರೆ ಎಸ್ ಆ ಪೋಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾವೇನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಒಬ್ಬರನ್ನು ಕೂರಿಸುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ವೇಕೆಂಟ್ ಇರುವ ಪೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇದೆಯೋ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಫಿಲ್. ಎಸ್, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರಿಯಲ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಫಿಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಕೀಪಿಂಗ್ ಫಿಲ್ಡ್ the positions in the organization structure. So what happens here? So it is a managerial function. So where what we have to do? We have to keep filling and we have to keep it filled the position in the organization structure. So staffing is nothing but in an organization structure, so every positions related to employees has to be filled. Okay, so that is regarding staffing. So it is a managerial function of filling and keeping filled the position in the organization structure. So whatever the positions are left out, so everything has to be filled and always it should be filled. So ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅನ್ನಿಸ್ಬೋದು ಯಾಕೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ಗೆ? ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ as I said earlier, planning, it is nothing but deciding in advance what we have to do. In organizing, we will decide the structure, but actual work takes place only when we have the suitable candidates to perform that work. See, in an organization there will be various types of departments or ಬೇರೆ departments on the organization. And so here, because for example, purchase department, sales department, HR, R&D, likewise finance department as well. Here, while selecting the employees, they have to see the qualification, because see, if you want to apply for the teaching post, you should have a qualification of MCom or B.Ed with a minimum of percentage. Okay, so if you want to accountant post ge beku, you should have the knowledge of commerce, right? ಅದೇ ನೀವೊಂದು ಈಗ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಈ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಬೇಕು. ಸಿ ಲೈಕ್ವೈಸ್ ದ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಬಿ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್. So staffing plays a very important role. So any organization for that matter, they will see the qualification and they will do the interview, and there are various process to be learnt. ಈಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಈ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಎಲ್ಲವನ್ನು ಕೂಡ ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ ಪರ್ಸನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ job, so that the right person will be placed for the right job. Okay, now let us see what is the importance of this staffing, or what are the benefits of this staffing. Ee staffing anna madodrinda ಏನು benefit ನಮಗೆ ಸಿಗಬಹುದು? See, when we put the right person for the right job, obviously what happens? Yes, he will work for the organization, we can expect the good results, right? So likewise, now let us see in detail what are the benefits of this staffing, or what are the importance of this staffing. Okay, first one, it helps in discovering and obtaining competent personnel for jobs. Okay, it helps in discovering and obtaining competent personnel for jobs. So what happens here? Yes, so competent personnel. So while we do the staffing, so our staffing andre the process andre yes, let us study in detail, but when we have this concept of right person for the right job, what happens? We will discover and we will obtain the competent personnel for that particular job. ಯಾರೋ ಅಂದರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇಷ್ಟದಾಗೆ ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಸ್ ಸ್ಕಿಲ್, ವಿ ವಿಲ್ ಸಿ ಹಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಶನ್, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಫೈನಲಿ he will be selected for that job. So ultimately what happens here? This staffing helps us to discover what that person is, and we can obtain the competent person for the particular job. Yes, hope you are getting with this. So if there is no staffing, if there is no function of staffing, what happens? So staffing ಅನ್ನೋ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಮವೇ ಇಲ್ಲದಿದ್ದರೆ ಬೇಕಾದವರನ್ನು ಬೇಕಾದ ಜಾಬಿಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು. ಬಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾಲೋಡ್. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ಸ್ಟಾಫನ್ನು ಸೆಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ ಸರ್ಟೆನ್ ಪ್ರೊಸೀಜರ್ಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಫಾಲೋಡ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾದ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಇರುವ ಕಾರಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕವರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಆಬ್ಟೈನ್ ಅ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೆಂಟ್ ಪರ್ಸನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜಾಬ್. Okay, and next is it contributes for the higher performance. So if we do the staffing, what happens? It contributes to the higher performance of the job. How? By putting right person for the right job. What happens? Yes, if we put the right person for the right job, obviously the performance of that particular person will be high. So there is no doubt about it. So what happens? Yes, the staffing, it contributes for the higher performance. The staffing, it contributes for the higher performance. How? The performance of the employees will be more. How? By putting the right person for the right job. Okay. Yes. Next is, it ensures continuous, yes, it ensures continuous survival and growth of the enterprise. So what is this? It ensures the continuous growth and survival of the enterprise. As I said earlier, the foundation of any organization, the base that is the skilled and the hard-working employees. Okay, really they are the assets of that particular organization. Here, once we have or once we appoint the right person for that particular job, what happens? Obviously, we'll get the competent personnel as well as his performance will be high. Obviously, what happens? It will help for the survival and the growth of the particular organization. So, obviously, it helps for the continuous survival and growth of the organization. Any organization for that matter, they have to survive in the market for the longer period. So, here the competent personnel working in an organization will help to achieve that objectives, because andre pratyobba ಒಂದು individual ಏನಿದ್ದಾರೋ, okay, so each will be having their own talents and skills, but he has to given with the opportunity. So, here interview, that is one of the very good concept, because in selection process the particular person, he will be analyzed with the various tests, everything I will discuss it in detail. So, ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, we will come to know the actual potential of that person. So, if he is very competent, that is a plus or the positive for the from the viewpoint of organization. Okay. So, that is regarding, yes, it helps in the continuous survival and growth of the enterprise. Next is optimum utilization of human resources. Optimum utilization of human resources, no excess, no shortage. What is this optimum utilization of human resources? See, out of the all earthly resources, ಈಗ ಬೇರೆ ಏನು ಸ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ವಾಟರ್ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ earthly resources ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ human resources is one of the important resource. ನೋಡಿ, ನಾವೊಂದು ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ. ಸೊ ಈ ಬ್ರೈನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ವಿಷಯಗಳನ್ನು ಮಾಡಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸಾಧ್ಯ ಇದೆ. Okay, so constructive irbodu, destructive irbodu, that depends upon the psychology of that particular person. But so ashtu ondu capacity ondu manushanigide alva. So what happens here is, so when we appoint the person properly, so on the organization nalli we cannot directly appoint the person. So first of all, we have to estimate the manpower requirement. So in the staffing process, first of all, we have to see the estimate of manpower requirement. Eshtu jana employees beku. After that, they'll go for this, staffing process. So likewise here, optimum utilization of human resources. So here, the human resources will be well used. That is because, so they'll first analyze what is the manpower required, and accordingly they will go for the selection process. So here there is no chances of excess or no chances of the shortage of the particular manpower or a particular person. ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ, ಹ್ಯೂಮನ್ ರಿಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಜನ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಅಥವಾ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಒಂದು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟೇ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ optimum utilization of resources has been taken place. So this is regarding, yes, the optimum utilization of human resources. Okay. The next is, it improves job satisfaction and morale of the employees. It improves the job satisfaction and morale of the employees. What is this job satisfaction and morale of the employees? See, once the right person is appointed for the right job, what happens? Yes, here he will be feel more satisfied. ಈಗ ನೀವೇನೋ ಓದಿರ್ತೀರಿ MCom ಅಥವಾ ಏನೋ ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕ್ವಾಲಿಫಿಕೇಷನ್ಗೆ ನಿಮಗೆ ಒಂದು ಜಾಬ್ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದಾಗ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಫೀಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಟು ವರ್ಕ್. right. Likewise here, this staffing, because in staffing we will place the right person for the right job, it will give the job satisfaction. So, the employee will feel satisfied and it will increase the morale of the employee. Morale ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಅವರ ಒಂದು ಏನು ವರ್ಕಿಂಗ್ ಇದಿರ್ಬೋದು, ನ್ಯಾಯಬದ್ಧವಾಗಿ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್ಗೆ ನಿಯತ್ತಿಂದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇನ್ಲಿ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ fair reward will be given for their work performance. So, in an organization, if we put the right person for the right job, it improves the job satisfaction for him, because he will feel that his work is more secure and he will feel the have the satisfaction. And finally, it will if we have the satisfaction, obviously his morale will be more, and it can be done by giving the fair reward. ಅಂದರೆ ಅವರು ಒಂದು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಆ ವರ್ಕಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಒಂದು ರಿವಾರ್ಡ್ ಕೂಡ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಆದಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಮೊರೇಲ್ ಟುವರ್ಡ್ಸ್ ದ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ improve the morale of the employees. So, this is regarding the importance of the staffing. So, in this chapter we have various interesting concepts to be discussed. Okay. So, first of all, you should know what is staffing. Staffing is nothing but putting the right person for the right job. Ishte staffing anta helidre. So, yavade organization agirbodu, staffing is very much important. And here we discussed what is the meaning of staffing. So, staffing is the managerial function of filling and keeping filled with the position in the organization structure. Okay. And it helps in discovering and obtaining the competent personnel. Once we have this staffing, we can get the competent personnel. If we have the competent personnel, obviously what happens is we can expect a good performance from him. If we have the good performance, obviously ನೋಡಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಕನೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. If we have the higher performance from that person, it helps in the survival and growth of the employees. And also here there will be optimum utilization of human resource, that is mainly because there will be no excess or no shortage of employees, and it improves the job satisfaction and morale of the employees. Idishtu regarding the staffing and importance of staffing. See, in any organization we can find this human resource management. So, human resource separate agi one department irute. So, they will look after the welfare of the employees. So, ee ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನಲ್ಲಿ ವರ್ಕ್ ಮಾಡುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ರಿಗಾರ್ಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಸ್ಟಾಫಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ದ staffing. In the next session, let us discuss regarding the staffing process. Thank you.